Good morning, class. Today we are looking at lesson 9 in English. So we're looking at class book page 101. So first, number 1, we must read Thomas's film review and say if we would like to see the movie Brave. Okay. So Brave is an animated film about a young princess called Merida. Merida has to show how strong and brave she is when she faces the biggest challenge of her life. In the film, a magic spell threatens Merida's kingdom, and Merida has to undo the spell and put things right. The film is exciting and a bit scary. Most of it is set in the Scottish Highlands. There are forests and mysterious places. There are also strong characters, including Merida, her father, King Fergus, and her mother, Queen Eleanor, who has a secret. The film is beautiful, with lots of colour. The animation is really good, and there are lots of funny scenes. Some of the characters, such as Mordu, an evil bear, could be a bit too scary for younger children. The film is also quite long. I love this film. It's a great film for families because adults would find it interesting, as well as children. So this is a film review of the movie Brave. Okay, so think, would you like to see the movie Brave? Does it sound like a good movie to you? After reading this, I want to go and see the movie now. So let's answer these questions. 1. What is the relationship between the characters in the film? So, when we were reading, it listed off the characters in the film, or some of the characters. I think it's in this blue section. There are also strong characters, including Merida, her father, King Fergus, and her mother, Queen Eleanor. So what is the relationship between the characters in the film? I would say that Merida is the daughter, the King Ferguson is the father, and the mother is Queen Eleanor. So the relationship is that the characters are family. Okay? The relationship between the characters in the film is that they are all family. Which two negative things does the writer say about Brave? What colour do you think that's in? Green, blue, purple or pink, or yellow? I think green is an introduction. Blue is a description. I think purple might be the positive and negative aspects. So let's read that again. The film is beautiful, with lots of colour. The animation is really good, and there are lots of funny scenes. Some of the characters, such as Mordu, an evil bear, could be a bit too scary for the younger children. The film is also quite long. So which two negative things does the writer say about Brave? So negative meaning things that he because the author is a boy, does not like about the film. At the end, it says that the bear, an evil bear, could be a bit too scary for younger children, and the film is also quite long. So the two things are that there is a scary bear and that the film is quite long. 3. Match the features and the colours in the film review. So 1. A description of the plot, the setting and main characters. So what section do you think is a description of the plot, the setting and the main characters? Okay. I think this blue section here is the description. Okay, it's usually always the larger section as well. 2. Who will like the film and why? Okay, so take a moment to think. What do you think? I think 2 is the yellow section here. I love this film. It's great. It's a great film for families because adults would find it interesting as well as children. So who will like the film and why? 3. An introduction with a short description of what kind of film it is and what it is about. So the introduction. Where do we usually find the introduction? Is it at the start, middle, or end? The introduction is this green section. It gives a short description and what kind of film it is and what it is about. And then it goes into a larger description. So 4. The positive and negative things about the film. So we've done the blue section. We've done the yellow section. We've done the green section. What section's left? Purple. So this section discusses the positive and negative things about the film. So what the author liked and did not like. Okay. So this was page 101 of your class book. Now open your activity book to page 90. Okay, activity book page 90. I will give you 10 seconds to open your activity book if you haven't already. 10. Okay, let's go. So, read and complete the big right tip. Use the words in the box. Okay, you've got positive, introduction is the example word, who, negative, and description. A film review tells readers about a film they haven't seen. Okay, a film they haven't seen. They can then decide whether they want to see it or not. A film review should include an introduction, which tells readers what kind of film it is, action, cartoon, comedy, etc., and what it is about. Then, so think this is about these steps. Okay, green, blue, purple, yellow. Remember, introduction, description, talking about positive and negative, and recommendation on who would like to see the film. Okay, so that is what it is asking here. So first is the introduction, then of the plot, the setting, and the main characters. So what comes after the introduction? Is it positive, who, negative, or description? What do you think goes here? I think it's description. So a description of the plot, the setting, and the main characters. Next, your opinion. So what you think, your opinion of the and the things about the film. So description is gone. All that is left is positive, who, and negative. So what makes more sense? Your opinion of the who and the negative things about the film? I don't think so. So remember, what goes in the purple section? We said the positive and the negative things about the film. So here, your opinion of the positive and the negative things about the film. Okay, so these two words are gone. This word is gone. All that's left is one. So it should be easy. A film review ends with a recommendation about who will like the film and why. For example, it's a great film for families because adults would find it interesting as well as children. Okay, so one more, it's description, positive and negative, and who. So complete the table. Now we're looking at number 2. Complete the table. Use the words and phrases below. So the phrases are the funny one, Mars, comedy, a city, and the hero. And one word is already used, which is fantasy. So I think the 2 movies are, what's this, Inside Out? Oh, I've seen that, that's funny. If you haven't seen Inside Out, I recommend. And this one, I can't see what it is called. I don't know. Anyway, let's try and complete this. So introduction, kinds of film. Here it says fantasy. So perhaps it is this movie here, fantasy. Description, so the settings. The settings. Remember when you wrote your stories, the setting is the place. So, do you think the fantasy is on Mars or in a city? Okay, these are the 2 places, Mars or city. Move this a bit. I think it's in Mars. Okay, so the kind of film is fantasy, the setting is Mars, and description of characters. Maybe the hero, perhaps. So perhaps it's fantasy, Mars, and the hero is the character. Now, Inside Out, if you have seen this movie, it should be easy to figure out what words describe it. So the kind of film, we've used Mars, so that's gone. We've used the hero, so that's gone. All that's left is the funny one, comedy, and a city. So, is a city a place? I think so. So the setting is city, a city. The kind of film, comedy, is a genre. A genre is a type. So, comedy is the kind of film. The first one was fantasy, this one is comedy. And perhaps the description of the character is the funny one. Okay? So we have fantasy for the first one, the kind of film is fantasy. The setting is Mars. The characters are the hero. And for the second film, the kind of film is comedy. The setting is a city. And the character is the funny one. Okay, next. 3. Plan a film review about a film you enjoyed. So remember the flow. We start with an introduction, a description, an opinion, and a recommendation. So the introduction is, what kind of film is it? Science fiction, drama, or other? Other meaning comedy, horror, animation, all the other genres. Okay, what kind of film? What's the main story of the film? In one sentence, if you can explain the film or the main story in the film. Next is the descriptions. So give details about the film's plot, where it takes place, and who the main characters are. Okay, this is the green section of the activity in the class book. Next, you give your opinion. What's good about the film? And what is not very good? So, the positive and the negative things about the film. Next is the recommendation. what kind of people would enjoy the film? So maybe grandparents, maybe children. Okay, what kind of people? And why do you think this is? So why would grandparents like this film? Or why would children like this film? Okay. So what you need to do, class, is you need to pick a film or choose a film, maybe your favorite film, and you need to plan. Okay? You need to plan your film review. Similar to the stories that you wrote. First you made a plan, and then you wrote the story. So what you need to do now, make a plan of your favorite film, make the plan and write your film review, and I want you to send both the plan and the film review to me to correct. So, to do that, what you will need to do is write your plan and the film review in a Word document. Okay? So, to find a Word document on your computer, down the bottom here, you should have a little icon like this one here. What you need to do is open a new document like this, and so we can say film review plan. Okay, introduction, description. What was next? Introduction, description, opinion, and then recommendations. Okay, so you can say, okay, introduction, blah 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 blah, description, blah 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 blah, etc. And then once you've done the plan on a new page, keep going down to the front on a new page, film review. Okay, and you can try and make different styles. So perhaps you want to try this one and make it really, really big. Okay. So remember to go into a Word document, which is down the bottom here. If you can't find it, ask your parents, and I'm sure they can show you where it is. Okay. And I want you to send the document, your work, 1 moment, to my email, which is augustinseneca51@gmail.com. And make it nice and big so you can see it. So, once you have written both the film plan, the film review plan, and the film review in Microsoft Word, which is this same document, I want you to send it to this email, okay? augustinseneca51@gmail.com. And I will correct it, and then we can move on to the next task, okay? Good luck.